Oh,
The vamps,
life.
though.
That's a good point. I thought you
Live
had other
vamps.
more important vamps to do.
We have other more important vamps to do, but we could fit 2 vamps if we're quick about it. We can
That's
fit
true.
two
We're gonna
vamps.
fit this third vamp in because it's gonna be very quick, which is I did my hair, and now it's
It's
purple.
red now.
It's like a red purple, and then there's also still the green, and then there's also blue. So it's got this oil spill look to it. Kevin, I'll
That's
show
red.
you later because you can't see, but it came out very
Uh,
nice. Hi, Jabs. Hi,
yeah, it
Maddie.
looks very good.
Thank you.
Hi James. Hi Maddie. The good hair. The vamps this time. We've only got the 2 people in the stream, so I'll do our PSA vamps anyway. So here's PSA vamps, so then we can talk about fun stuff. We're gonna talk about this on the podcast this month at length,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. Yes, Jans has said in the chat. Did you hear about DGS? This is what I want to talk about. So, uh, for those who don't know, um, what had happened was Capcom has been targeted by a ransomware attacking hacking group, and they've given Capcom some very tailored and never before seen ransomware. And so there's been a data breach of 250,000 personal information of people, both employees and people who called the Capcom helpline. This is bad. But part of what the people took in this ransomware attack is a lot of uh, unannounced data and contracts, as well as that personal information. One of the things that they took is uh, information about a box set of 1, 2, 3 Phoenix Connection, the remake of the first 3 games, and DGS 1 and 2 box set localized. That's been confirmed by court records that it is going to be localized, or at least it was at that time, and it's going to be PS4 and Switch. However, none of this stuff was announced at the time since we didn't know it. This was all dumped online by the hackers. Um, so it's unconfirmed. Capcom is not bowing to the ransom request. They demanded $19 million. So this is a developing story. I haven't seen any news from Capcom's end at this point, except that they are not submitting to the ransom requests. And so they've got teams, including government teams, helping them. But developing story.
Yeah.
Happy about DGS maybe getting localized. Very upset that possibly this is going to not happen or not happen soon because of the circumstances. But that's all up in the air, and it's something that we're going to talk about at length this episode, on this month's episode of the podcast, because we're kind of waiting. I'm kind of waiting to see if more stuff develops, but we also want to go in depth about like all of the factors and all of the circumstances and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
So it is. We got feelings too about it, so we're just gonna
yeah,
wait and see. So,
but I
GP.
certainly didn't. We didn't want to leave it in the air
Yeah.
if nobody had heard about it. This is a developing story, and second, if people had heard about it but didn't really know about the hacking circumstances, that's an important context for it. It wasn't just like a leak from internal at Capcom, like an employee. This was like a bad data breach leak.
Yeah.
Court Records has announced that they're not going to talk about anything that was dumped by the hackers because of the ethical circumstances. I think it's important to understand the full context so that people can really understand what's going on. So I guess we're kind of reporting on it like news, but also talking about our feelings about it because it's our podcast. so
Yeah.
so that's that. Yeah, it's a big yikes, and yeah, it should be pretty upsetting for burgeoning devs like Jams.
Yeah. Like you said, Jams, like the big thing is all the news sources are like Capcom data leaked, and it's not a leak, like Michelle was saying, not an internal leak, not somebody who had a review copy and leaked it out. Like this is a hack. This is a breach.
Yeah.
This is
You could say Capcom data stolen.
Stolen, yes. Yeah.
But we'll talk about that more later. Kevin, you wanted to talk about something more fun though.
That's right. Today I wound up picking up my neighbor's used PlayStation VR headset
Oh,
I say used, though I know for a fact he has never used it.
even better.
Even better. And so I've spent some time goofing around with that today and seeing what's what, and stumbling across some real interesting games that I don't know, I had never really heard of before, which for me is always a delight.
Now, see,
And
VR is something I have always refused to play because VR is for people who don't have three brothers who would definitely take every opportunity to beat the shit out of them while wearing a VR set.
You're saying it's prank central.
It is.
VR wasn't
Yeah.
that good when you were living with your
No,
brothers.
but like the fear and like the mentality and your like survival instincts kick in when you can't see.
I suppose so, yeah.
That's fair. I mean, now where you are in your own house,
Fear.
is it
They could be anywhere.
Skelly will try and kill you.
No, honestly, it was today I was doing the very, engaging Switch jump rope game that was free. Where you just move your Wii or your Joy-Cons around to simulate jump roping, and it counts how many times you jump. Very exciting. He kept trying to like rub his face against my legs, and I'm like, I'm jumping here,
Yeah.
so I could
Skelly
just hurt my cat.
a risk.
Cats don't care about jumping.
They want pets. Anyway, but more importantly, you don't have anything trying to kill you while you play VR. So what did you play?
Not so far. I tried out the first thing was the Astro's Rescue Mission, which a lot of people said was really good.
Yeah.
Because I had done Astro's Playroom on the PS5. I was like, I'll do more Astro based content. And that's just like a cool Mario-esque platformer, but your face is in it.
Your personal
Like-
face?
No, I just mean like you physically are like hovering over Astro,
Oh, okay.
looking down on his little robot self. And you kind of have to look around and move through the space to like see around corners to help him jump. It's just really cute and nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
There are like specific parts of the environment you have to headbutt to get them out of the way,
Same in real
which is
life.
very charming. So that I decided to get the full version of, and then there's a game called Static, where like your hands, which are holding the DualShock, are like encased in a puzzle box, and
Oh,
every button on the controller now does something weird on the box, and you kind of like rotate it around to look at it and see what happens. And so like that whole game is just about like flipping weird switches until you figure out what it's for.
that's fun.
And it's like, oh, this turns it into a projector, and now I've got to project on the wall a little bit to like create certain images.
That is
Cool.
fun.
So I was like, oh, puzzle thing. I want puzzle in VR. It's almost like I have the puzzle
Almost.
in my hand.
That's exactly your jam, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I think the last thing I tried was Moss, which is about a brave little mouse going on an adventure.
Aw.
And you are a silent giant who is the mouse's friend.
Aw, that is fun.
It's
That's
very
cute.
adorable. It's got a very like Redwall high fantasy thing going on.
Cool.
I don't know. I liked it. Very good
Fantastic.
art on that one.
I love me some
That's
good
good.
art.
Yeah, I'm glad that VR is having good art also, because I know for a while
Yeah.
it was just like
How long?
not necessarily that.
Welcome to Floating Triangles.
Yeah.
How long
There's-
did it take you to set up the VR though? The real question.
Ooh, like I had to go watch some videos. Because it came with a lot of cables, and even with the video, it was very complicated. And I now have just like a mess spilling out of my TV zone that I kind of want. Like, once I'm done playing the games I got, I kind of want to put it away until I have another game I want to play.
Now, the only the only other person I know who has VR is Tony, and then I watched a Donkey video, and he took a picture of a room full of cords. It wasn't a VR cord system, but it very much felt like it. And it's just like, for something that you have to cover your eyes and turn off your senses for to play, it seems dangerous to have that many cords loosely around. Or I guess they're
agree.
connected. But that's a lot. It's a lot of cords.
Back in the day, so like however many years ago it was when I was at the Game Developers Conference, I got to try the VR headsets when they were like brand new, and they had a person in the room with you whose only job was to be holding the cord and moving it around your body so you
Cord
wouldn't step on
wrangler.
it. Yeah, the cord wrangler, and also to make sure you didn't walk into a wall. And like, and I'm like, oh, nobody's gonna have one of these in real life, and that turned out to be true because the amount of times I tripped on my cord at the office was
Many.
every single time.
No.
I forgot how to do this. It's okay. All right. Well, I think we have sufficiently vamped for our friends.
We have. James, we have not recorded the latest episode yet, so you can still get emails in.
Sometime this coming week we'll record.
Sometime this coming week, yeah.
We haven't talked about it yet, but it's on the books. So let's see. Oh, James has played Beat Saber once. Decent amount of chords. A lot of people really like Beat Saber. That's like the #1 VR game I'm aware of.
Yeah, I think it's just like easy to get into.
Yes, Maddie, we did get the candy email. I saw that. The Wild Wild West of VR is a Wild West. Oh, June's here. Hi, June.
Hi, June.
Hi, June. Yeah, I've enjoyed digging into VR because I think people make cool new ideas with it.
Solid.
Especially things that you couldn't otherwise really see.
Yeah.
And nothing excites me more than new ideas.
Yay, new ideas.
New ideas. All right, we're gonna start this because we're object to this normally an Ace Attorney podcast, but right now we are playing Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations Prosecutor Pass. It's the second game in that series that's never gonna get localized. I'm Stephanie, a tangle of cords.
I'm Michelle, a theft.
And I'm Kevin, the cord wrangler.
If I had a trusted cord wrangler, I probably would be very into VR. Unfortunately, I trust no one that much.
Skelly. Train Skelly to do it. All right. What happened last time on Dragon Ball Z?
We were doing Little Thief stuff.
That's right.
Investigating the orphanage
Shilon
of
Lang
the past.
incident,
Yeah.
right? 12 years ago.
A man was murdered after the worst phone call of his life.
Yes.
And the position of the murder put him inside the orphanage, and thus making Patricia Rowland quite sus.
That's right.
Blaze was there.
Blaze was there for sure, and
the president.
We fell in such a way that we gorged out the eye of a snowman when we died.
Yeah,
that was important.
We did do that. That sounds pretty good. Let's go.
I think we had just gotten done with the recreation, but I could be wrong.
Middle part 1.
Almost.
Oh, nope.
Yeah, middle part 1.
Middle part 1.
Oh, James is right. We can't forget about Babe Wake Up the President and You Barely Touch Your Baja Blast. Very important.
Yeah.
Crimes per minute. It's okay you only think in memes, Jam. That's Jam's our whole generation.
That's perfectly fine. Blaze the Best is top of the list for crimes per minute, and Baja Blast while the president's getting kidnapped is a great meme, I will say.
Yes. Now, unfortunately, exactly what I needed to look at.
I think we needed to talk to Lang.
Lang. Talk to Lang.
We were talking to Lang.
Shimmy time. Oh, we did talk to Lang.
Never mind. Okay.
We
What do we need to do?
Well, remember he sent someone to collect his daddy's notes from his daddy's house in the Lang clan house, like you do, the Uchiha house.
Yes.
Did we do all the logics?
Check the logics.
This is like the one time I really regret.
Oh, okay.
Was Blaze a kidnapper, and did he dig it up? So one time I regret not watching like the last 10 minutes of the stream. I think we finished looking at this body, and then we were walking over here, or vice versa?
Because the
We
blood
already,
and the
we already
burn,
looked at both.
we did look at. Who do we have to talk to? Do we
Do we
talk
have to
to?
change our recreation?
Why don't you try
Perhaps.
those logics?
Because they don't
Is
make
Blaze-
sense together. What was he digging up? And was he a murderer?
We just
Whatever.
saved, so honestly, try them. Why not? Usually we do better at a good stopping point than this.
Yeah. Alright, well Kevin was onto something.
Yeah, only 2 logic left. If we suppose that Blaze was one of the kidnappers, it becomes more likely that what he dug up yesterday is connected to the abduction. What is it?
I figured it out. It was treasure! Treasure! Couldn't Blaze have dug up the ransom money?
The $100 million ransom. Buried in the ground until the heat had died down. Certainly possible.
I know, right? Monsters' footprints. Updated in my organizer.
They buried the ransom money at the crime scene?
Wow, we were so close to finishing.
Yeah, we should have just did the thing, huh?
Oh well.
James is true. Not having played for a week and no idea what to do. Everybody gets it all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm. Big move.
I did a full computer restart to help the emulator today, and it did not help.
We're out of Little Thief though, so maybe it'll be fine. Except for every goddamn person in the game is here.
Kevin, you beat this guy.
Shifu, I'm back. I brought the info on the fire the kids started and a photo of the drawing in your father's office. And also...
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Hurry up and hand him over. How close is the Lang clan family offices to this?
Oh no.
That guy's out of breath because it isn't. The information held by Agent Lang's father? Oh. Cool.
Willy Wonka.
Where's Larry? Is this Larry's?
I hate to say what I'm about to say.
Oh,
so
do you want me to
understand
say
that
it
this pains
instead?
me. Larry is better at art than this.
Well, you gotta remember, Larry got better at art.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you remember the first picture we had to turn upside down?
Yeah, but that was like noticeably a bridge and fire and a female figure.
You got me there. All right.
This is Picasso ass shit, right? All right, this is it. This is exactly what I remembered.
The picture drawn by the child, depicting the night of the incident.
It sure looks like it was drawn with a child's touch.
As I thought, the one who drew this is most likely the child who started the fire.
We know. I have a hunch who that child is.
Blaze DeBest was never a child. He was always a beard weave wearing old man.
No.
Yeah, to be fair, this isn't far enough in the past that Blaze would be a kid.
No,
Yeah, I know.
this was by our nice teen boy with the milk and the Godzilla.
Shifu.
What now? Sorry, but it's gonna have to wait. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Why do you think my old man had this?
Perhaps he obtained it during the course of his investigation into the incident. Although I don't know why he would have concealed it. Agent Lang, might I be able to see the details of the fire?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Oh, sorry, I was reading chat.
Oh, it's okay. I thought that sometimes Discord mutes the first thing you say, so I
Yeah.
thought I said it too fast.
Okay.
To read it post haste.
Sorry, Mop-Up just popped in. It's like, everything stopped when I looked at the drawing. Yeah, Blaze is definitely committing crimes in the background of that one, Jibs. But I'm also, like, screaming in my head, turn the receipt around. look at the back of the receipt. I mean, the children's drawing. Did you open the frame? Did you look at the back of the drawing? Why did you
I would
keep
love
it?
to do that, yes. But also, like, I can't get over the fact that Lang was like, I've been searching for 12 years for any clue about what happened with my dad and the case that he was disgraced for that ruined the clan's family name. Oh yeah, you can read his notebook, though.
Yes, you read his notebook about the fire.
You can read the picture that he drew, like, from the incident with clearly the president in it, because who else wears a purple suit? Video games.
Let's read it.
The boy who started the fire snuck out of bed on the night of the incident. It seems this boy went missing several days later.
What? Don't tell me that he witnessed something he shouldn't have.
That's horrible. He was an only child after all.
Well, I'd hate for that to be the case. We can't rule out the possibility entirely.
Huh? Apparently, the boy left some stuff behind at the orphanage, and it was taken as evidence. What's this?
What's that doing here?
Huh? Mr. Prosecutor, do you recognize this?
Do I? Yes, I know one piece of evidence that's related to it. Which one is it?
Which is the piece of evidence from the boy.
The one that's pictured in the child's drawing that your dad had, bud.
I don't know what it's doing here. But isn't that the missing horn from this Muzilla doll?
No way. You mean this came off the president's?
You know of it?
Yeah, I've noticed the president kept it close by as a decoration. I always thought it was strange how one of the horns was missing.
The horn. This doll will play back any previously recorded audio.
So if we put the missing horn back in place, we might be able to hear a different recording.
It's possible. The doll is currently on the 51st floor of the Grand Tower.
It's not stuffed in your pocket? What the fuck?
Hey, you! You heard that right?
Yes, sir. I'll be right back. I've got it. The mighty Muzilla doll.
Well done. Give it to the prosecutor over there.
I was really hoping this guy wouldn't talk more.
Yeah,
Sorry.
These guys usually have like 3 lines and then they disappear.
If we insert the horn found at the orphanage into the doll...
It's a perfect fit.
Well, can you hear anything?
Mr. Juan, it's Amy. It's been a while. I saw the news that you would be coming to this country. I was really nervous about doing this, but I decided to send you a message. Please, stop the playback.
Judge Courtney?
What's wrong? Stop it, now! It's a boy, your son. He's just been born. I'm sorry. That's all I wanted to tell you. His name is John. John Marsh. Actually, I had more to tell you. It's a fine name for him, don't you think? Ah!
Marsh?
Did she say John?
Such an uncommon name.
I'll be waiting in the courtyard of the orphanage at midnight on February 9th. Even if it's just once, I want John to be able to meet you. I'm sorry if I'm being selfish, but I'll be waiting. No way! That was my... John, I am your mother. I raised you. Don't worry about this, lady.
I forgot that John was 1 year old, so he didn't start the fire. What's the meaning of this, Miss Courtney?
John is obviously not my biological son.
Clearly.
I would have been 10 to 13 when he was born. He's adopted.
From an orphanage.
I know about this.
Of course he knew. John's mother, Amy Marsh, passed away about 5 years ago. She and I were cousins. Since we were young, we've always been really close. We were often mistaken for sisters. That's why, when she passed away, I thought it was only natural that I look after John. Also, there were circumstances which prevented me from revealing his father's identity. I never even told John his father's name.
And now it's all been revealed, thanks to the recording on that doll. Did John's mother send the doll to the president?
Hey, John, was he the president? Really, my dad? Yes, he was. Before you were born, Amy worked as a diplomat in Zangfa.
Diplomat? So that must be how she became acquainted with the President Juan.
Hang on. Didn't you tell me she worked at the orphanage?
Yes. After returning to this country, Amy left her job as a diplomat. She always had a great passion for charity work, so she began working at the orphanage.
Hey, Miss Courtney. So this Amy girl, she called the president there herself, but she never showed up at the scene of the SS5 incident. What's with that?
Amy couldn't make it. Apparently someone had been following her the whole night.
Perhaps it was Blaze? It's a crime, so he probably did it. I can't say.
Edgeworth is just quick to be like, Blaze.
Blaze!
Listen. It's just at this point assumed.
It's just some Phoenix shit, that's all. That's a real classic. Phoenix Wright would be like, I know it's this person.
Yep.
I can't say for certain, but it's possible that it was his doing.
After that, Amy never got another chance to see the president again.
So, she died 5 years ago. This conversation must be painful for John.
Oh, right. Hey, John, you thirsty? How about I buy us both some juice? We can go together.
I'm a part of this too. I'll listen until the end.
Besides, I can afford to buy my own juice. Oh, shut down by a kid. John, do you understand the reason I met with the president 2 days ago?
Meeting from 2 nights ago.
I wanted to tell him about Amy's death and that you were alive and well.
But
I see. That's why you couldn't tell us your reasons for meeting with the president until now.
I get it. She would have had to reveal his connection with John. I brought a bouquet of lion lilies. So that he would understand I truly did know about Amy. Those flowers are a dear memory to the president and Amy. The first present she received from the president was a bouquet of lion lilies. But now, even as he has passed away, if only he were still alive, perhaps I could have introduced him to John.
Shifu. I'm so sorry to interrupt this atmosphere, but there's something I need to say.
Oh, what is it now? Get this weight.
Well, actually, there's one last item that's been delivered here from Zegfa. I have here the president's will.
Da, da, da.
What?
President's will?
My old man received a great number of special medals from the president himself. As a token of his trust, the president left his will in the protection of the Lang clan.
This picture, still top tier. Gets me
It's
every time.
exceptional. I'm glad they keep using it, in fact.
Yes.
Those medals and that will, they were the pride of our clan, our family treasures, so to speak.
Glad we're using
Da 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 da. This is.
Lang, does that will have something to do with the current case?
You bet it does. It says here. I hereby acknowledge John Marsh as my own son.
What? John's name is in the president's will?
Are you certain that will was written by the president?
Yeah, he'd entrusted it to the Lang clan even before the SS5 incident took place. They'll have to appraise it back home, but by the name of the Lang clan, this is the real deal.
Dijun Hong was the president of an entire nation. The existence of his son would have caused considerable controversy. However, he left behind a will just in case.
This makes it doubly sure. I still can't believe it myself, but there's no room for doubt. John Marsh, you are the son of Dijun Huang, president of Zhengfa.
Bow, bow, bow.
That's cool and all, but it is a president and not like a king.
Yeah, you're right!
So like it doesn't fucking matter.
We've been talking about it like he's a king, so you're right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's still a big deal to be the son of a president.
it is, but also the president's dead now, so
So he's not the son of a current president anymore.
Well.
Just to catch up on chat, you know, every image Mappa or James said is every image of the president is exceptional, correct. And when doesn't things have to do with the current case, says Mappa.
that's.
Always.
I also like that will was kept in the Lang family clan house in Zhengfa, and it's now here in our hands.
Yes, and now instead of surprise sisters, we have surprise cousins, and now we have a surprise son. So many
Surprise
surprises.
yeah, surprise son, surprise cousins. And Jude pointed out that Lang's people are called the Men in Black, which is the MIB, which is very
Right.
good.
That
So,
is
you
true.
know.
Also,
James, you're right. That he was president for 15 years. That is pretty good. Like, I mean, it is good, but there's no line of succession, right?
Right, but I mean, whatever he's got to bequeath is going to be pretty big, right? So,
Yeah, but this kid's a movie star.
you're right. He's already rich and famous.
And his mom's a judge, so they weren't, like, looking for financial support.
I guess.
just love.
Just
All right,
love.
fine. Don't be impressed at all then. It's
I'm
fine.
minorly impressed because that kid should look forward to being buff as fuck.
Those genetics.
As we all know, you just age into buffness. It doesn't take any work.
At the rate he's drinking milk.
It's true. At the rate he's drinking milk, and also like Lang knows he's got it made when he gets older. We've seen his dad.
Yeah.
He stays buff and he looks great.
He has a mullet, but it looks good.
It looks good.
All right, you clicked because this is bad,
Yes.
Courtney.
John.
John.
Why did Edgeworth go after him? Oh, to be continued.
June says he'll be 4 feet tall, but he's gonna be built like a Tonka truck. Exactly.
Exactly. Oh, everybody came with. Lotta and Nicole need to fucking leave.
No, this is the scoop of a century.
Sure.
The dead president of a foreign nation had a son, and that son's a movie star. The faster they can tweet this out, the better.
Also, that son is accused of murder.
Of that man.
That man, yeah.
This is.
I get
they don't
why.
care. They only care about Mozilla, actually, but this is. If they were to write a real news article about this, it'd be big.
Yeah, Lotta's really just cheating herself out of a lot of good stories.
Yeah. If she could have written up about that illegal auction shit, like that would have been gold.
Yeah, she just got distracted by this whole monster thing.
Yeah.
That sounds like Lotta just missing the mark. All right, April 6th, 4:51 p.m. outside the Grand Tower temporary filming lot. John. So, that guy was my dad.
He found out about his own birth so suddenly. And furthermore, his newfound father is no longer in this world.
I'd always been searching for my dad. John. I get it, all right? He's the president. I know it's a complicated situation. But we even met face to face during the filming. So then, why? Huh? Why didn't he tell me who he really was? I'm sorry, John. Mom, you don't need to apologize. No matter how you look at it, it's all my fault. Yesterday, I broke my promise with you. I didn't even notice the fire on the roof. So I destroyed everything. I crushed it all. My dad, and those flowers that my mom carefully grew. John, please, for now, just don't think about anything. Just stay like this for a little while. Just for a little while, okay?
Glad everyone else was there for that.
The bond between a parent and a child. That's the meaning behind the lion lilies.
Thank you, Ling. Oh, so good, so good.
Yeah, well, the child's crying over there and everyone's staring at him. He's like,
those flower meanings, actually.
You know what, Jude? I typecast myself into voicing sad children, but Michelle gets to voice all the villains, so I'll take it.
I do.
All the buff villains.
Oh.
I did want to give myself a little pat. I'm like, that was a good performance by me.
It was good. No, you did a great job. Yes, very
and then
good.
Leg's like, yes. Beat poetry.
Big ups.
I know it's not my style, but that flower is from Zhangfa.
However, we have no means of protecting that bond. Agent Lang, allow me to say this. The case won't be solved by sentimentality alone.
Alone?
Therefore, shouldn't we do all that we can to solve it?
Yeah, you're right.
The recreation of the past is finished. Were your father's deductions correct?
My old man took his deductions to the grave. He never told anyone about them. So, who knows if they were right or not?
In that case, what about your own deductions? I would like to hear what you think happened based on the recreation. In order for us to get closer to the truth of 12 years ago.
Yeah, I was thinking it's about time we had a cross-examination. It's been a while. I can see it now. My old man's back, real close.
Oh my god, is the new flashback case where we get to play Papa Lang?
I'll catch up to him for sure. To the truth that my old man uncovered. I certainly won't find it out by reading his notebook. So better not do that.
Better not do that.
The
Wow,
truth
you
of
mean
the
the
SS5 incident.
the missing horn that I had this whole time was the same as the doll that I always noticed the president had?
Had a missing horn? Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
interesting.
But see, he doesn't have a system inside his head to connect two concepts into a ball of energy.
That's true. Yeah.
Very few are
I
brave
want to know
enough.
what my dad's deductions were. I have a notebook where he wrote everything about this case. Unrelated.
You know, not everyone is
Only he
brave enough, Kevin, to connect two dots together, and in case they don't connect, give themselves psychic damage. It's
Yeah.
a risky
True.
model.
I guess if you're not careful with it, you could knock yourself right out.
Yeah.
It's game over, baby. All right.
The truth of the SS5 incident. A theoretical essay written by my dad, pretended to be understood by me. Shilong Lang. There's no mistake that the president went to the orphanage. The stuffed toy is proof of that. He was planning to meet with Amy Marsh. However, the president was kidnapped, and Cameron just happened to witness it. If Cameron had been there, it probably would have just been a kidnapping with no murder. Afterwards, the body was moved to the flower beds and a fake photo was taken.
See, if that poor guy hadn't been there calling his girlfriend about the Baja Blast, nobody would have died.
He said Cameron, I'm like, who the hell is Cameron? I was like, oh, Baja Blast. Okay.
Baja Blast guy. That's why I said that.
I think that's a pun on camera.
Yes.
I think so too. Because it was a
Absolutely.
cameraman. Yes.
It was just one of those things where we said his name once and we're like, oh, it's the dead guy.
Right.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Was that really
Matt
what
Pop, welcome to
happened?
Mr. Lang's dad's TED Talk. So true.
Was that really what happened 12 years ago?
No, wrote it down in my notebook. I wrote his dead dad stuff in my notebook.
However, there's one thing I still don't get.
Something you don't get.
It's this. Why did they need to take a fake photo? Why would they go through all the trouble and even make the president take part in the photo?
That's true. However, the answer to that riddle must lie somewhere within. Once we get past the layers upon layers of deductions, we shall surely reach it.
Yeah, that's right. I'd like to hear your deductions as well.
James
Oh,
is
here they come.
pointing out the names for Jack Cameron and Jill Crane. It's obviously Jack and Jill, which I'm like, oh, duh.
Okay.
I always get slapped in the face when these realizations are pointed out to me, it feels like. Because I'm like, oh, I should have caught that. Oh, Paul Atkinson. Oh, politician. That one still gets me. I just didn't catch it. And then the last names being Cameron and Crane, like Camera Crane, which has been relevant in both the last case and this case.
Yeah.
So that's probably what you're probably dead on.
Probably, yeah.
All right.
And Matt Pop's right too. Your name becomes immediately irrelevant the moment we start calling you the dead person.
Which dead man at least was on the money.
Dead, that's right.
Dead man.
There was no mistake. The president went to the orphanage.
Agent Lang, I'd like to verify a few things that may have seemed obvious at first glance. Are we certain that the president actually went to the orphanage?
Okay, I get it. You're saying you want proof? Evidence is everything in a court of law?
Everyone's always demanding proof for Mr. Edgeworth, after all.
To tell him that.
The stuffed toy is proof of that. He was planning to meet with Amy Marsh.
Stuffed animal, the one with the recording device.
That's right. Inside that toy was a recording from John's birth mother, Amy Marsh.
You Indeed. She said that she would meet with him at midnight.
Wow! You two are perfectly insane. The truth is becoming clear, like you're peeling off the layers of a scallion.
Okay, a scallion doesn't have anything on the inside. Please don't make such foreboding analogies.
It's like an onion. Ogres
There
and
we
you
go.
are
Like an
both like
ogre,
onions.
yeah.
Well, the truth is becoming clear, like you're peeling off the skin of a wolf, of an ogre.
Can you stop making those foreboding analogies?
Says the wolf man.
Let's get back on track.
I know I keep pausing, but let's pause again. So Shilong Lang's clan, the protectors of the president, allowed a bugged stuffed animal to get to him? Is that what you're telling me? A stuffed animal with a listening device in it? They allowed that to get into the hands of the president.
I guess so.
Fucking
his
A+.
favorite.
Best clan ever. Greatest protectors.
Much shame. Feel bad. Keep
It's
drawings
possible-
from children.
And then we were fired for unrelated reasons. I don't know.
I mean, it's possible they listened to it first.
Possible. I mean, it was innocuous. It was one of his mistresses, I suppose. Anyway,
Okay.
Mr. Baja Blast was kidnapped.
I'd also like to verify the details at this point as much as possible. Why was he drinking Baja Blast? Clearly, Livewire is superior. Anyway, Mr. Cameron witnessed the president and his kidnapper near the orphanage.
And Mr. Cameron was standing by the snowman near the road.
Then the murderer picked up a brick, snuck up on him from behind, and went!
Eek!
Okay, we are simply verifying what actually transpired. There's no need to be scared.
That was so intense. Half the details of this case just vanished from my brain. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Lang, let's carefully verify all the facts of this case.
Yeesh. Well, if you're gonna listen, I'll talk as much as you want.
Oh, I wasn't listening, that's the point.
If Mr. Mahablast hadn't been there, it probably would have just been a kidnapping with no murder.
If he hadn't been there, you say? It's an interesting theory. Care to explain in more detail?
It's simple. Mr. Cameron was killed because he saw the kidnapping. The kidnapping itself was a success. If he hadn't been there, no blood would have been spilled.
No blood would have been spilled.
You make it sound like it was his own fault for being there.
Okay, that's not it. What Agent Lang's trying to say is... simply, besides Mr. Cameron, there were no other casualties at the crime scene.
Oh, was that all? Of course, that's obvious. The president was kidnapped, but once the ransom money was paid, he was returned safe and sound.
That sounds like an obvious point. However, something about it bothers me. I may need to reevaluate the evidence once more.
You done explaining things to your assistant? I still have one last thing to confirm. Body was moved.
That's also an important point. I'd like to take another good, clean look at the information.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Let's start with what Cameron saw before he was murdered. Cameron witnessed the president and the kidnapper in front of the orphanage.
However, the culprit wanted to conceal the connection between the incident and the orphanage.
That's right, that's why Cameron's original roll of film was disposed of. And a fake photo was taken of them standing outside the grounds of the orphanage.
Yes. And Cameron's body was then moved to match the photo.
Grrr! It's finally becoming clear. The secret that was buried in the snow for 12 years.
Is this the truth of the SS5 incident? ... Mr. Edgeworth, what's the matter?
Still something hidden behind this case.
Huh? What do you mean?
There's a piece of evidence that cannot be explained by Agent Lang's theory. As long as there's a contradiction, we'll have to present it in order to advance our reasoning.
Probably the blood, right?
I think so, yeah, because that was there before.
Yeah. This one.
This one.
The no murder one. And then it's like, well, then why is there mystery blood?
Yeah. What evidence?
Got so much evidence.
do.
Evidence. Let's see. Let's look at it. Okay, so it's the drawing. Belong to someone other than the victim. Oh,
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
the one.
that'd be the
that's
one.
the one.
I know we're working together, but I'm gonna yell at you. The eyewitness camera had not been there. No murder would have taken place. Is that really the case?
The criminal's goal was only to kidnap the president. If there were no witnesses, there would have been no need to commit murder, right?
What if Cameron wasn't the only one who was murdered? There was a large blood stain near the flower beds. However, Cameron was murdered near the snowman. Ergo, this blood stain could not have belonged to Cameron. Someone else's blood was spilled, and quite a vast amount at that.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, do you have
Former
any
prosecutor.
idea what you're saying?
I do. It's hard to believe, however, that is what the evidence indicates. On that night, 12 years ago, there were 2 murders.
Are you saying that the other murder was covered up? Who the heck could have been killed?
Murder that was cleverly concealed. All traces of it were erased. And the incident itself was completely deleted from the case files. However, there's one thing. One piece of evidence that still remains intact after 12 years. This piece of evidence shows that something happened that night.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, a lot of
Something
things.
broken.
Is it the drawing?
Oh, it is probably the drawing. That guy's got a sword.
It's Dogen.
It is
Right?
Dogen. You can see the dog.
Yes, dog. Told you his dogs are real dogs.
Yeah. And then there's like a bunny with a gun in the lower right-hand corner. So
That's
yeah.
true.
Happy Bunny was really big in the early 2000s. I don't know if you forgot about that.
I do recall Happy Bunny distinctly.
Painfully, I remember Happy Bunny.
Yeah. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Dogen tried to kill the president.
So I guess it has to be this. Okay.
The other murder incident was buried in the dark by Blaze to best. However, there is still one piece of evidence that remains. Agent Lang, it survived by your father's hands.
My old man, you say?
Please recall. There's one more thing that was hidden along with the traces of the murder. And that is the existence of the boy who caused the fire. Why did Blaze make the boy disappear? It's because he saw something he wasn't supposed to see.
What was the thing he wasn't supposed to see?
Everything is drawn in this picture.
Oh, the child drew this picture. That's better. That's much better.
Yes, it was a literal child's drawing. What'd you think drew it?
Legs daddy.
With the drawing, my old man.
His dad had it. His dad did not draw it.
What if Langstad said a child drew it?
No, I can't go down this lane with you, Kevin.
Okay. The person drawn on the right is most likely the president.
I lied. I can't go there with you because I think this child is a fake. I think we're all just talking about Blaise DeBest and there was no child. Blaise,
There's two mysterious missing children from earlier in this game, and one of them is dead, and one of them is alive. I'm sure.
and one of them is the cousin of the sister of the. Anyway,
We'll get to it. The person on the right is the president. Look at him, he's got the suit. The Muzilla doll is also drawn near him. And the person standing opposite him is...
Blaise DeBest. No.
wait.
Oh, you sure have everybody, don't you?
Sure do.
Sirhan
Oh, wait,
Dogan.
was he there?
You had him.
I had him.
The spooky one.
I was looking. I don't know what I was looking for. Okay. Oh, so spooky. We don't know how old he is.
Nope.
He's
Could
got
be anything.
He
Oh yeah, he fucking escaped from prison. I forgot
Oh
that.
yeah. Let's not forget that. Hold on. Let me
Ooh,
double.
Shelly- on the
Shelly the
run.
Killer's hunting him down.
Don't know how old Shelly is. He's dead. Age dead. Jill is also age dead, but whatever.
But she's 33.
17, 25, 27, 58. Wow. Basically dead. If he wasn't murdered. 20, 13, 26, 32, 36. God, he's older than Gregory. Gregory just got wizened real fast, huh?
Yeah.
Hard-boiled, you know.
Hard-boiled, very hard-boiled. 19,
You have eggs, you just look like a detective.
37, wow. 17, 24, 20. Some more people than I forgot. 68. He's a...
Is he older than Sirhan Dogan?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Okay, sorry. I need...
Dogan's pretty old.
Yeah.
Knife and a large black dog. He's none other than Sirhan Dogan.
What? The assassin?
Why would an assassin appear before a president? The answer is clear.
To assassinate him?
Indeed, what occurred that night on the orphanage grounds 12 years ago was not a kidnapping. It was a presidential assassination.
Whoa!
Oh. Ooh.
Then Miss Rowland and Mr. Blaise were...
Yes, the two were likely partners in crime.
It looks like he's setting his beer weed on fire.
It does.
One from the orphanage knew the scene of the incident, and the other covered up the young boy's testimony. It's likely that Mr. Cameron was murdered because he witnessed the assassination itself. After all, the kidnapping never actually happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Edgeworth is dropping this truth on him pretty early, like way earlier than I thought, which is like, actually, the president was really killed 12 years ago in replace of the body double.
Stop messing around. You're saying that the president was assassinated 12 years ago? We just found his body today. He's been alive up until now.
Well, I know this girl who knows a really good freezer. Keeps the body fresh.
That's true.
That's right. I mean, we met him ourselves.
If the president was assassinated 12 years ago, and the president's body was found today, that would imply there were two presidents.
Yeah, and that can't be right.
Are you sure about that? There's a possibility that there were two presidents. That's right. Up until now, I've been getting a strange feeling from the president.
Even so, I still respect the man. Zhang Fa is a small country, but he carried the nation with his strength.
The image President Huang that Agent Lang described?
You're wrong.
He revealed his true form. Differs far too greatly from the President Huang we knew. It's as if they were two entirely different people. If there were, in fact, two Zangfa presidents, exactly how would such a scenario be possible? What would make the existence of the two presidents possible?
Are we gonna do surprise twins?
I can't handle surprise twins in this series again.
I don't think it's canon that already that he had body doubles.
It is canon
it is.
and body doubles.
But like, if this fucking game was like, yeah, he had a twin, I would fucking turn this stream off. Like, you can't do that to me, Ace Attorney. We've had twins too many times. Anyway.
Well, it's
Do body
not.
double, and let's hope it's not twins.
It's definitely body double, it's established.
Okay.
If we were to assume that one of them was a body double, wouldn't it be possible then
A body double.
President Huang possessed immense power and authority in Zangfa? Sure, there were those who envied his position and made attempts on his life.
I swear to God, though, Blaze DeBest is also a body double. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Of Siran Dogan?
I think
Maddie
we are.
says- Oh no, go ahead.
I think we are at the limits of the amount of crimes that Blaze can commit, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of crimes.
Nonsense.
Maddie says, how many times have they pulled secret twins on us? A lot of times. Blaze could have a secret twin
Good.
to keep up with his crimes per minute, right?
I'd like him to have a twin named Chills.
Hey.
Chills the best.
Just the best
best.
is his cousin, eh?
Heat miser and cold miser.
Exactly. Anyway, yes, just as he was attacked a few days ago at Gordon Lake.
Not so fast. It's true, there were those who sought Huang's life from time to time. But I can't easily believe there were two presidents. At least, not without any evidence.
Do I have evidence?
I don't think I would, but obviously I have more than I can think, so let's go through all of it. Okay, we know it's not the kids are drawing, we just use that. We looked at the
Oh.
blood already. Oh,
If there's something you think about, there's that lingering question of like why the photo.
oh, this fake photo?
Yeah. Because like, why did they take that photo in order to stage the kidnapping after the journalist was murdered? And
Yeah.
like, the answer is because that's not the real him.
Right. Check Daddy's notes, because maybe Daddy's like told body double about it. You know.
The president of Zangfa, Dijon Wan, was killed February 10th, 12 years ago. The kidnappers demanded a ransom of $1 million. Dalong Lang confirmed that on the evening incidents, the president was at Zangfa Embassy until midnight. Prosecutor Blaze. So, according to this note,
He was both at the orphanage and at the embassy.
Yeah, the president had an appointment at midnight in the courtyard. Amy Marsh, Jack Cameron was a witness. He thought he was moved. Wait, Wait, this orphanage that we're at, is it in Zangfa or is it in Japanifornia?
No, it's in Japanifornia.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's where the Grand Tower used to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or sorry, it used to be where the Grand Tower is now. There we go.
Right. So, I mean, so he was confirmed in Zangfa until midnight.
No, he's not
Or
in
embassy.
Zangfa. He's at the embassy, the Japanifornian Zangfa embassy,
Okay,
right?
That confused me. Okay, yes, you're correct. Okay. Sorry, I thought that was saying, like, he was clearly in two places at once. You were abducted by-
I think it is implied that, but it's not like he was just in two places in Japanifornia at once, as opposed to two places across the world at once.
Right.
But Zangfa is within hustling distance from where we are right now, because they hustled to the House of Lang and came back.
Yeah. room. So the president come down.
Check that one for a second, because
Yeah.
the body's not going to show us body double, is it?
No, it says it's the president.
Okay.
I mean, he looks nothing like the man we saw.
No.
Do I have evidence of what the president currently looked like? I don't think so. Zilla, combination lock, bloody letters, big Brasu badge because we won't give it away. Okay, so we'll look through all the evidence.
So I guess our best bets are Daddy's notes, because there is that, was at the embassy until midnight and also had an appointment at midnight elsewhere
Right.
that he was at and also got kidnapped from. So he was in 2 places at once. Or will you try the fake photo?
I'm gonna do Daddy's notes because it's a little more descriptive, but it could be the photo. You know, best thing. Oh, I can't do it.
No saving?
No, sorry, but it's okay.
Oh, it
right.
was the nerd.
Lang not noticed the contradiction? Or has he noticed it but can't admit it?
What is it, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't shout something out only to suddenly clam up.
According to the recording on the doll, the president visited the orphanage at midnight. However, that should not have been possible.
Huh? Why's that?
Why? Because at the time, the president should have been at the embassy. He was together with Agent Lang's father.
Dot, 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 dot.
So, Agent Lang, you really did notice. He was in 2 places at the same time, ergo, there must have been 2 presidents.
Or Daddy was lying in his testimony.
How?
And which of the 2 was really the president on that day 12 years ago?
Most likely the one who died.
Who contracted Dogan to murder Huang?
In order to learn that first, let's have a look at the evidence that we proved was false earlier. And that piece of evidence we know to be false is...
The photo.
The picture. Yeah, it's both of them.
The photo taken with Cameron's camera was taken after he was murdered. And he was murdered because he witnessed the presidential assassination. In other words, the photo must have been taken following the assassination. Given that, who is the president pictured in the fake photo? We must consider him to be the body double. In other words, the body double had the real president murdered and then took his place. Oh wait, someone else said that.
Oh,
Didn't they?
sorry.
In other words, the president body double contracted to kill the president and took his place.
Mr. Roland and Blaze did it.
Sorry.
Hold it!
It's fine.
I don't know who said it.
Hold it! Huang's body was never found. Just where could it have disappeared to?
Consider that is already quite apparent. This is where the real president's body was.
Is it in the
I
hoof print
think-
or the flower bed? Do I have flower bed?
I don't
Oh
think
my
we have
God.
flower bed, so we have hoof prints.
So it's probably the hoof prints then.
They buried it and it still looks buff as hell?
Hoof footprint.
Holy shit!
Wait, what do you mean?
How does that body look pristine if it's been buried for
No.
12 years?
I'm pretty sure the dead body is the body double.
The new dead bodies of
The new
Yeah.
dead body.
Yeah.
Okay, who's Mr. Melty?
Mr. Melty?
Yeah, the one that we
I
talked to, who was like, "Wah, wah, wah," that one.
Yeah, the body double.
Okay, but how is he jacked, dead on the ground?
He should be melted
I
on the
I
ground.
He
guess
should be
that's-
melting.
That is a good point. I think it's narrative contrivance that he didn't just like immediately lose his constitution.
Okay.
Because then it would reveal to everyone that he was the body double. We
Yeah,
couldn't do it right now in this dramatic moment.
I suppose
But,
so.
or maybe it's rigor mortis that kept his muscles tight.
At least he
bad.
gets to look good for the autopsy, huh?
Because like 12 years passing not inside a giant block of ice, I figure the other one is a skeleton.
Yeah, you'd think so, yeah. Jude says he did 1 million crunches between the first case and now. That's probably the best theory.
That is a better
Okay.
yeah, that checks out. The shame caused a massive uprising working out. Jams also liked how that image of Blaze and Patricia Rowland with body double like mirrors the Yatagarasu, except the Yatagarasu didn't do me dirty like that. They did different dirty, but they didn't melt on me. But it is a good photo, so I'll give them
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good photo.
Okay.
Look at those crime doers. Anyway, last night, there was something Blaze had to unearth with his own 2 hands. That item was not the ransom. It was something far more important.
Okay, sorry, Jude. This is very good. The not the Grasu.
Yeah, very good.
I do like that.
What's more important? So Blazon buried the
real president's body. The possibility is quite high.
What'd you say?
The bones from the body buried 12 years ago would have still remained. According to Mr. Powers, construction was to begin soon at the slot. That was the deadline. Both for the movie and retrieval of the body.
because they would have found the body when they started the construction.
Agent Lang, let us search the footprints that Blaze dug up.
Yeah, bro, go for it. If the body was buried there, there'd be traces of it. Hey, somebody, call forensics.
Blaze the best, you fucking idiot. If they dug up some 12-year-old bones, they would have never found out who the bones belonged to. And now that you've tried to dig them up and make fake dino prints, you're gonna be caught, you stupid dum-dum.
Well, also, if people dug up 12-year-old bones and, like, let's say they're like, we have to stop construction, we need to figure out who died here, it doesn't point to you.
No, it doesn't point to him at all. And also, like, it's not like they have the DNA of a foreign president on file, I hope.
Yeah.
So it's not like they could have
Probably
run
not.
DNA on the bones. They would have never known. And you're the chief prosecutor, so you could have been like, closed case, cold case.
Yeah.
No clues.
No clues.
You know?
Idiot.
You stupid dumb idiot. Why do you have the power if you don't know how to use it? Instead,
You
you just
did-
go digging.
He did get a letter saying you better go dig up those bones.
Yeah, burn the letter and tell her, like, no, you stupid dumb idiot.
Yeah, turn it over and write, you stupid dumb idiot. Mail it
Stick
back.
that in the mail. Yeah.
Return to sender. Send it back.
Yeah. Or better yet, record it into the horn of a toy, a stuffed toy that has a recording in it. And
Yeah. no-
Listen, I keep rolling back to this is why Blaze is not the big bad in this game.
yeah, he's a dumb baby idiot. Yeah.
And like June said, Blaze goes for quantity, not quality of crime.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll be this forensics man.
Okay.
I have the results of the search. We found traces in the dirt that suggest a body was buried here.
Thanks, dude.
So, it was Swang after all?
We also recovered the skeletal remains that Blaze DeBest dug up. Where the fuck did you get? They were in his home.
Where?
Again, he hasn't had time. He has not had time. Too many crimes.
No. Yeah, he too many
Where?
crimes. But let's for a second, like Sebastian poor baby Sebastian. Worst day ever for Sebastian. Nails his dad to the wall in court. He's like, time to go home and just, I'm gonna just get all this shit out of the garage because it's distressing me. And he opens up a boy box, right? He opens up one of those nice boy boxes. There's a fucking skeleton in it. And he's like,
I imagine he went home and he just opens up one of the boy boxes and then closes the boy box and then just walks out the front door into the ocean. Like that's
why forensics had to find it. Matt Bob is completely correct in that he took the bones home.
Where else? Yeah. And then this keeps bringing up to the question of, like, is there a Mrs. DeBest, and does she just be like, oh, look, new bones for me to clean. Let's make dinner.
There can't be a Mrs. DeBest. If there was a Mrs. DeBest, like, Courtney would be out of a job. There can't be.
No, there isn't. True. But I also would like to imagine that, like, there is a very supportive but ditzy Mrs. DeBest. Oh, he brought home another boy box. I guess I'll add it to the
pile. My God, they were in his home.
Bob, did he hear skeletons in your closet and think of it as a dare?
Probably, yeah. Okay, all right, let's go.
Okay.
In addition to the bone structure, the dental records and the bone fractures all match up. We can confirm that it was indeed President Huang.
So the real President Huang was indeed killed 12 years ago. The SS5 incident was a murder. More of a murder.
This is why your family was disgraced, Lang, because everyone knew the Lang clan would know it's the real president.
Right.
It was not there.
Also, you were on watch while a kidnapping fucking happened, so you were actually fired for great reasons. But someone flagged the boy down and be like, boy, I did hear you crying because your daddy came to visit you and did not say he was your daddy. It's because he didn't know. He didn't know. Tell him. Comfort the boy.
I hope Courtney is comforting the boy still.
I believe so.
So the SS5 incident was actually a murder incident.
Again, more of a murder incident.
But there's so much information, it's way too confusing.
Indeed. Let us take this opportunity to review the details of the case.
Clean out your evidence. First, the real president came to the orphanage, right?
12 years ago, the true President Huang visited the orphanage in order to meet his son.
It's a chess piece.
The footsteps in the snow that we thought belonged to Mr. Cameron were most likely made by the president at the time. President Huang was supposed to meet his son here. However, the one who actually showed up was the assassin, Siren Dogan.
He came here to meet his son, but he was murdered instead. How horrible.
A man like Dogan shows no mercy. And after that, the second tragedy occurred.
You mean Mr. Cameron's murder?
Indeed. Mr. Cameron saw the decisive moment. After the real president was killed by Dogan, his body was carried to the rear courtyard by the team of kidnappers. Mr. Cameron must have witnessed that moment from the orphanage entrance. Although he himself believed that he had actually witnessed the kidnapping. Furthermore, by this time,
the body double who had come to meet with Blaze and Miss Roland was already standing behind Mr. Cameron.
And then the witness to the incident, Mr. Cameron,
was killed by the body double. So, was Mr. Cameron's corpse also carried by the body double?
Yes, that seems likely.
But there wasn't anything at the crime scene that looked like a body double's footprints.
I've already figured out how he accomplished that. There was a piece of evidence that would have made it possible. What did the body double use to move the body without leaving any footprints?
Is it the shoes?
I imagine it is
Probably.
the shoes.
This is almost certainly how the body double carried Mr. Cameron's corpse. After Mr. Cameron was killed, the president's body double carried him into the middle of the garden. In fact, the body double was wearing the same shoes as the real president at the time. If he made sure to step precisely on top of the footprints left by the real president,
Ah, since the shoes were the same, there would only be one set of footprints left behind in the snow. I think I got a pretty good grasp on the SS5 incident now, but there's still one thing I don't get.
what's that?
Why did they need to stage the abduction?
Cameron witnessed the incident. He saw the president at the orphanage. He left behind witness testimony on Miss Crane's answering machine. Even Blaze couldn't make that disappear. Ergo, the body double needed a reason for the president to have been at the orphanage.
And that's why they prepared the fake kidnapping charade?
The people in the fake photo are the body double and most likely Patricia Rowland.
The person in the code is Miss Rowland? What makes you say that?
The two would have to leave the orphanage in order to take the picture. Just like when he moved the body, the double used the real president's footprints.
Ah, so the second set of footprints must belong to the person in the coat.
Indeed. We originally believed that those footprints belonged to Cameron's killer. They were size 7 footprints, too small for Blaze's feet.
Edgeworth, you know Blaze's foot size?
Yeah.
Of course, who doesn't? Thus we can presume that the person playing the part of the kidnapper was Patricia Rowland.
These people could have just dragged their foot and smeared all of the footprints.
They sure could have.
Idiots.
Hidden in the shadow of the presidential kidnapping was a presidential assassination. I mean, they didn't count on the fact that 12 years from now, a ninja girl would have a magic computer that recreates the crime scene exactly.
Well,
So,
that's
Yeah.
their own damn fault.
I see. So that's why my old man. ...
Why he what?
The old man must have realized that a murder had taken place. After all, he had a kid. He commissioned a child to draw this.
However, I'm done consoling the child. However, that
Oh,
picture
hi.
was never presented as evidence.
Your father likely took it from the young witness during the investigation and hid it.
He had to have known that Huang was dead. But what if he had revealed it back then?
Feel the death of the president, the backbone of Zangfa. It would have caused chaos.
Map Up says, so we should shuffle our feet when committing a fake murder crime scene photo. Got it. Map Up, if we've taught you anything in this entire Twitch playthrough, it's that the proper way to move is by shimmying
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no other acceptable form of movement. Shimmy.
Yeah, Shimmy won't leave the footprints that will let you know what your shoe size is. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah.
And that's why my old man took the secret to his grave. He even took the blame for the kidnapping, knowing that would be the fall of the House of Lang. So this is the truth.
Oh no, that's you.
So this is the truth that Agent Lang's father hid 12 years ago.
And now, it's all become clear. Like the middle of an onion. Or an ogre.
Like
The heart- like the
inside
heart of an
skin a
ogre.
wolf.
Who do we think this
Who
is?
could this be? Is
okay.
that really the case, I wonder?
Huh?
Is it Sirhan Dogan?
Is it the president?
Who's there?
It's Sirhan Dogan.
Oh, you're right. Oh
Hell,
no, Michelle!
wait.
Your voice!
All right,
Sorry.
baby, let's go.
Tyrion Dogan.
Anubis! Good boy.
You, why are you here?
Oh no!
How could you just recently show up here? Who do you think you are, pal? I found the conversation most intriguing, and I just, well...
June, they would definitely not give Sirandogan a different outfit. They would have had to draw one.
Well, he escaped 3 days ago,
Also,
and he's
yeah.
still fucking rocking his
also-
prison stripes.
He's also blind. He doesn't care about fashion.
But he probably stinks, Stephanie.
Oh, he absolutely reeks, but he's got a dog. He always will smell. Michelle, for your vocal cords, who do you want me to take?
No, let's go for now. We'll see if this continues extensively long. But I think probably...
It's gonna.
Well, let's see. Well, I'll keep going for now. If somebody has to take over somebody, then we'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
If Gumshoe can stay the fuck out of this, then I might survive.
We'll see, I guess. Alright.
Feeling nostalgic about an old murder of yours.
You're the one who killed Huang. Nostalgia? I think not. You were speaking about the person I am searching for.
You're searching for someone.
I escaped from prison in order to meet with a young acolyte. The one who wore the red raincoat.
The red raincoat.
Who is this person?
I suspect that it's the same person as the mastermind you are all searching for.
Someone you've been searching for. The one in the red hood.
The Red Hood?
Don't they seem surprised, Anubis? Yes, they are, my boy. 12 years ago, this young acolyte saved my life.
Oh, it is gonna continue for a long time.
Yeah.
I told you.
I'm gonna hit save, because it's been a little bit of plot since we saved.
Yeah.
Hey, we're in the
Middle part
two.
Then we're end part 1s through 5, probably.
Yeah.
Dogan Savior, an essay by Anubis.
Woof, 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 woof.
Certainly, it was I who killed President Huang. However, my life was also targeted on that day. The body double, Blaze, and Patricia all sought to seal my lips. Had I not been reunited with the young acolytes back then, I would have been in danger. But alas, even to this day, I do not know what has become of the young acolyte.
Riveting testimony.
Mm-hmm.
So your client was indeed the body double who was the main perpetrator of the crime.
It was a long time ago, but I remember his words even now.
There have been countless attempts on my life. Not once or twice. Countless! And yet, why must I be the only one to face the danger? When I stand before the people, I garner the same respect as the president does. Tell me, just what is the difference between him and me?
The difference was great. While the voice and style of speech may be the same, one can mimic the body, but the heart cannot be reproduced.
Oh man, we just going for the poetry today, my man.
I suppose his own weaknesses cost him in his quest to become a leader.
Now that Rook's gone, I'm in charge.
I'm not sure if you're as capable as Rook was.
What are you saying? I'm totally the leader now.
King and his knight were not so different after all.
The double believed that the president's only weakness was a woman called Amy. Amy.
A woman.
To find the woman,
Oh.
he needed the assistance of someone from this country.
So, he joined forces with Blaze.
What a terrible plan.
After determining her whereabouts, he simply waited for the right opportunity.
That chance came with meeting at the orphanage.
Indeed, the director of the orphanage was bribed and brought in as an accomplice.
He must be referring to Patricia Rowland.
Well, given what I've told you, do you realize the whereabouts of the young acolyte now?
No.
You mean the boy who saved you. But how do you know that he's the master behind it?
That day, the young one caused a fire at the garden of the orphanage.
Ah, you're talking about the kid who started the fire as a prank.
A prank. Not at all. On that night 12 years ago, the young acolyte was hiding inside the igloo. It seems he witnessed Patricia and Blaze moving the body from his hiding place.
Okay, so it's not Cameron going, babe, before you finish your Baja Blast.
Don't sip that Baja Blast because you'll spit it right out when you find out I'm in an igloo.
Apparently, he heard them talking during that time. It would seem that they were planning to kill me because I knew the truth. He immediately came to the main hall to tell me that. I learned this about the young acolyte sometime later. It seems he was wearing a red raincoat at the time. He led me out of the main hall. And then the young acolyte said he was going to get rid of our footprints. So he scattered some lamp oil near the igloo over the snow.
He could have just shimmied.
Then he boldly set the oil ablaze.
Ah, no way, he could have just shimmied. He set the fire in order to...
All their focus was diverted towards the burning flame. I took the opportunity to escape through the rear exit.
So, the boy in the red raincoat is the mastermind behind this case.
Exactly. Isn't that right, Anubis?
See, it was his essay.
Yes, boy, yes it is.
Do we assume that Dogen had vision during this previous thing? Or do we think he was blind this whole time?
I think he was
I don't
blind
know.
this whole time.
Okay.
Because it's cooler that way.
Yeah, I think because he had the whole bells thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. Okay.
I did it. Me.
So are we to believe that Sir Van Dogen did not take payment for the assassination of a political leader in advance, and he was just waiting in the orphanage lobby to like get paid? Is that the assumption?
Yeah, you guys go hide the body. I'll just wait here with the kids.
Yeah, me, Sir Dogen, the most kid-friendly looking person out of the three of us.
Dogs. Loves dogs.
Loves dogs.
I mean, okay, consider the fact that Dogen's in prison and Shelley the Killer isn't.
Yeah, but Miles Edgeworth put him in prison.
That's true. I'm just saying Dogen might not be as good at business.
Might be pretty
Shelley is.
incompetent. Yeah.
Right?
Well,
He's very good at killing.
Don't
Very
forget,
good at business.
can't all be Mr. Kataki.
that's true. We all have to understand that there's two sides to the coin. One is the art and one is the business. And some people can be good at the art and some people can be bad at the business. Shelley the Killer is just good at both.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why he's on top.
Right.
You admit that rather easily.
These days, I have long grown tired of killing. But in those halcyon days, I devoted myself to the path of an executioner. If one cannot admit that much, what can he admit? Right, Anubis? Yes, my boy.
I feel like he's saying something scary, but it's kind of hard to understand him.
Colin Priest is saying he has no feelings about the president's death. Dogen, the assassin and escaped prisoner. He should be a despicable opponent, but silencing him now would be imprudent. I must keep my composure and let him talk. I understand your point. You killed the president.
That is correct. The aim of my blade never misses its mark. But they want to kill me.
Your life was targeted. You, the assassin.
The hunter becomes the hunted. The Buddhist becomes the.
Hey, you don't have to make up strange proverbs.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, fucking bold, I know. Life is transient, especially for an assassin whose life is always exposed to danger.
So, does that mean people you've tried to kill have fought back?
That is a rare occurrence. However, this was different. Blaze and Patricia tried to kill me.
Dogen, you are a master assassin. As such, could you not have evaded an attack from those three and fled the scene?
You greatly overestimate me. What do I look like, Shelley the Killer? Without Anubis by my side, I would not even be able to walk about. If those three were to attack me all at once, I would not stand a chance.
I see. Even an assassin will fall to superior numbers in a frontal assault.
I suppose one could say that. I, Sir Handogan, would have suffered a shameful defeat. God. The kid helped me.
Reunited? And it felt so good.
Thank you.
So when did you first meet with him?
That would be 18 years ago on the 24th of December.
Almost Christmas.
Exactly when your daddy died, Miles Edgeworth.
It was you in a red raincoat. Oh no, you were trapped in an elevator.
It's a rather long time ago.
Can't think of anything significant that happened that day, eh? On that day, our roles were reversed. I saved the young one's life.
Was he like an infant at that point?
Maddie, thank you. Almost Christmas does mean it wasn't Christmas.
There was an unusual snowstorm that day. The temperature was well below freezing. I took Anubis for a walk in the snow. That's when Anubis noticed something and started running. I followed after him and found a car. I had great difficulty opening the door. It had frozen shut. In the back seat, there were 2 young children shivering from the cold.
2 children?
Had they remained in the car for an hour longer, they surely would have frozen to death. I brought the 2 of them to a nearby orphanage.
And not a hospital.
Is there anything about Dogen's
What do
story
I
that
look like,
concerns
Jelly
me?
the Killer?
Jelly
There-
would.
There fucking is. There's a lot of things I'm concerned about. So. Not a hospital. Why was there no one else in the car? Why did you assume they were orphans simply because they were in a car?
Yeah, why was your first instinct 2 children who had looked like they've been kidnapped based on that photo? Better drop them off at an orphanage.
He couldn't see that they were kidnapped. He's blind.
That's true. But he could were they unconscious when he found them? Probably.
I don't
They
know.
were nearly hypothermic.
They
I
were
guess.
nearly dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like if the kid's like if he like touches the kid and feels that their hands are tied together, does that not signal to you something is wrong?
Orphan, probably.
Mop-Up says, man, it sounds like it was taking a walk in Silent Hill.
Yeah. Chilly day in Silent Hill. Say yes because
Yeah.
What concerns me is
The model of the car.
definitely that.
It's probably the date, right?
I mean we're concerned about the date. Edgeworth has clearly forgotten the day that his father died, like
Yeah.
a dog in an elevator.
2 children sounds
The number of
I don't-
children, maybe because of the one acolyte, 2 acolytes.
But we do know that that's the significant date, though.
We know it's the date, and we know that's the correct number of children. But which one does Edward find issue with right now?
It
Like
was a
it's-
Nissan.
It was a
It was a
neat-
Nissan Altima.
Was it a Subaru?
Say the date. Just run down the list. I don't see the penalty bar.
Yeah, it's true.
The 24th of December, 18 years ago. Are you sure about that?
There is no mistake. Could that mean?
I know. The significance behind that date. What shows the significance of the date when Dogen found the children?
Do we happen to have the case file from Daddy's case?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, the 7,
I think
right?
it's
Sure do.
this bad boy right here.
Wow, that sure is the day.
That sure is the day.
24th. Day, a certain incident occurred. A sculptor was murdered.
Oh, it was 1 year prior to the day his daddy died in an elevator.
During that incident, 2 young boys went missing. The sons of the victim, Isaac Dover, and the culprit, Dane Gustavia.
We never did find out where those 2 boys went after the case 18 years ago.
Well, here they are.
Oh, they were the sons of a victim and a culprit. It all makes sense now.
Makes sense.
One of the youths was bound so that he could not move.
Mr. Dover did it so that Mr. Gustavia's son couldn't come to the contest venue.
Indeed, Gustavia was using his own son as a taste tester.
To think that was what transpired.
Stupid, I know.
Neither child seemed to recall what had happened.
Lost their memories.
The acolyte told me this when we were reunited 12 years ago. The pair were placed in an extreme situation on the verge of freezing to death. That trauma led them both to suffer from amnesia. Neither could so much as remember his own name.
So they didn't even know that they were the sons of Mr. Dover and Mr. Gustavia.
Indeed. But we cannot say it conclusively. The probability is quite high. However, we still don't have enough information to deduce the mastermind's identity. Dogen, would you please continue your story?
Very well. Dogen and the Acolyte, a story by Anubis.
Oh, woof woof.
I continue my correspondence with the young Acolyte even after entering prison. Recently, that has all come to an abrupt halt, however. It left me quite concerned. Furthermore, those involved in the crime 12 years ago were all drawn into incidents one by one. I grew more and more curious, so I absconded briefly from the prison.
Involved 12 years ago, were Patricia Rowland, Blaise de Best, and President Huang's body double.
And Miss Rowland was the warden of Mr. Dogen's prison.
I blackmailed the warden.
We know.
That woman had tried to kill me. Perhaps the good prosecutor has already deducted the reason.
We knew, yeah.
You murdered President Huang. However, the world still believed he was alive. You were able to prove the president was a fake. Both Patricia Rowland and Blaise de Best would have been in danger.
That is correct. And I had heard the proof with my own ears.
Roland's motive makes a lot more sense now, because that was confusing previously.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is the...
This is
wow.
80. I'll be waiting in the courtyard of the orphanage at midnight on February 9th.
Sorry, the woman.
The woman. Even if it's just once, I want John to be able to meet you. I'm sorry if I'm being selfish, but I'll be waiting. Just like a dame. Look at this boy! Look at this himbo! I was gonna meet my son, and I brought some flowers.
And a stuffed animal for a baby.
Aww.
Except that's the one with the bug in it, so it's not that cute.
No, it's not that cute. I'll do Juan here. Oh, who might
Yeah,
you
because
be?
he's real president now.
Who might you be? My apologies, I was presently waiting for someone.
I am well aware of that, President Huang. Are you not meeting with your son? However, I do not spill blood needlessly. You may relax. I seek only the President's life.
It can't be. Please wait. I am just about to meet my son for the first time. I am sure this will be the first and last time. Please, at least wait until we are finished.
I had thought the President would beg for his life, but he was of a different sort. Officially, the President had no son. However, he shook his head and said, this illegitimate son was his, and he intended to recognize him publicly. Furthermore, he claimed that he had already made preparations towards that end. Would that son of his be the boy with horns over there by any chance?
How do you know that? Little tidbit there, Dogen.
Looks like he's 12 to me.
With your eyes? You're looking at that with your eyes there, Dogen? How do you know he's got horns on his head,
That's a
Dogen?
great question. I didn't think about that.
Boy, with horns? Wait, can you see John's horns? Thank you, Kay.
There is no need to see them. From the moment I escaped from prison until now, I have been closely lending an ear to your voices.
He said that the president made preparations towards recognizing his son. I'm just going to gloss over the fact that he's been watching us this whole time.
Yeah, or he's the one who bugged Kay.
He's the one who bugged Kay.
I had Anubis put a bug in your badge.
The word preparations alone would be insufficient for blackmail. That's it.
Eureka.
There was one thing that could prove Huang's words. The will held by the House of Lang. It was also proof of his trust in us. His son's existence would have been revealed to the world. The name on the recording, the mention of preparations, and the will in Zhangfa. Together, they suffice to make the warden bow to my words.
With those three pieces of information, one could prove the identity of the double by using John.
The president blocked the first strike of my knife with something soft. As pieces of it fell atop the snow, I struck once more. This time, the blow proved fatal.
Dogen cut off the Muzilla doll's horn.
None but I heard his final words. Only myself and that child knew of the president's secret son. Dogen and the Acolyte. Another story by Anubis. We did letters.
In other words, you contacted him from prison.
Yeah, that is correct. A post office box was used.
A post office box.
Allow one to send and receive letters without revealing the recipient's location.
I could not use a form of correspondence that would reveal the Acolyte's location. There was someone keeping watch over my correspondences, after all.
You must mean the prison warden, Patricia Rowland. Could you be more specific about the nature of your correspondences?
Well, they were mainly moves for my correspondence chess matches.
Correspondence chess. If I recall, the person you were playing against...
This might be hard to believe, but Dogen's chess opponent was...
Ah, are you saying he was playing against Mr. Knightley? Wasn't it... Why did we need a flashback for that one? Wasn't it Lawrence Knightley?
It has been a long time ago.
I guess.
We certainly found the correspondence chess memo in Knightley's cell.
Oh, we're just gonna pull that back into our organizer, huh?
It's become relevant again.
Guess so.
Does that mean Knightley Boy was the kid from the IS-7 incident?
Could that really be true? Is there any evidence connecting Knightley to the IS-7 incident?
It's shitty haircut.
Yeah, that's all I got is a shitty haircut.
Is it the thing we just got?
Is it the thing we just got?
Or it could be his little mini chess set with the Pierre
Oh,
Hoquet.
I guess not. Oh, you're right. Yeah,
He's got the Pierre
Hoquet
Hoquet ring.
Oh, that has to do with IS-7.
thing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, go with that then.
Yeah, baby.
What was all that Knightley left behind? We have two hidden within, just hidden there. What should I investigate? The ring or the chessboard?
The ring. A
Gumshoe.
ring.
The ring! You should look at the ring!
What ring is?
Sorry. Mr. Edgeworth, what is it?
Mr. Shields, please take a look at this ring.
Wow, I'm right here.
This pattern is... It's Pierre Hoquet.
I thought so. He had Mr. Dover's seal turned into a ring. However, why would he have this? Shouldn't it have been held by the police as evidence from the IS-7 incident?
After the incident, the seal was returned to the victim's next of kin. And Mr. Dover's only family was his son. But since no one knew where the son had gone to, it took a while to get it to him. I had heard that the police had finally found him and delivered his inheritance, but...
So the seal was thereby safely delivered to his son. And then, he turned the seal into a ring and wore it on his person.
So much for that both the boys have amnesia thing.
True. So it wasn't Blaze this time. Good guess though, Jude.
Good guess, Jude. We still find a way. It was Blaze. We'll still find a way.
Still find a way. So Mr. Knightley was Mr. Dover's son?
The police aren't fools.
I'm sure they did a thorough check before handing over the seal.
Why would you be sure of that?
Ray, why would you not think the police are fools considering they have your client in prison being tortured for years?
If someone was involved in the IS-7 incident, was his chess opponent?
Knightley, huh? Then that man must have been the mastermind behind this case.
Yeah, he did,
Lang. Lang. Keep up, Lang.
How about that? The only one who could have been the mastermind was himself a murder victim.
But a dead guy can't be the culprit. There were 2 children, you idiots.
Strange. In that case, who's the culprit?
I forgot we were in the middle of a testimony.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. He stopped writing me. It was weird. He must be dead.
Came to a halt. Now of all times.
Quite odd, is it not? Anubis told me again and again how odd it was.
That's a dog, sir.
That's how you dog talked? Was it like, something's odd, oof?
I can understand Anubis's heart, even if he does not voice his thoughts. Kind of like Pikachu and Ash Ketchum.
Then there's something I'd like to ask, just in case. Your scary dog's staring at me right now. He's not saying, I'm hungry, I want some meat, right?
Perhaps.
Perhaps? Mr. Edgeworth?
Not much good with the assassin's dog.
Good boy, good boy. There's a good boy. So then, at any rate, my correspondence with the acolyte suddenly came to abrupt halt. And then shit started happening.
That certainly does seem too much for a mere coincidence. The body double of Ethan Vaughn, the president of Zangfa, faked an assassination plot. Patricia Rowland, prison warden, murdered Horace Knightley. Blaise de Best, the chairman of the PIC, murdered Jill Crane. Come to think of it, as I've been investigating these cases, I have felt the presence of some force behind the scenes.
Even within the prison, I could tell that this was no insignificant event. I wanted to know, so I broke out.
Legit.
Conded briefly from prison. I cannot forgive such a criminal act.
You stole your way out from prison? I cannot forgive such a thieving act.
Relax. No one was hurt. I merely have connections that allow me to set foot outside. Cake holes and whatnot. But even so, you can't just escape from prison, pal. Arrest him! Arrest him! The cops aren't idiots.
Francesca Van Karma is here, and I will whip the man if he goes anywhere.
That won't be necessary. Once my business is done, I shall return to my cell. You trying to make fools of us? A prison isn't that kind of place you can just enter and leave at will through cake holes. The wolf may say that. But one can see that the wolf and his pack also share an interest in the tales of my past.
Lang, Detective Gumshoe. There are still a few things I must ask Dogan. Please postpone matters until then.
Yes, sir. I knew you'd say that, Mr. Edgeworth. I just gotta go through the motions, you know. Damn it all. But I'm not taking my eyes off you for a second. This is new. Writing letters in Braille can be a rather enjoyable pastime.
I don't even know how we unlocked that one.
From probably that long-ass first one.
Oh, maybe.
Probably.
Excuse me, but you wrote your letters in Braille.
What did you think my dog wrote them? Indeed, for I possess the tools necessary to write in Braille.
Wow. So you need to use tools to write in Braille. I never knew.
Then, could you tell us what you wrote?
Everything. Letters, of course, and also the movements of the chess pieces.
The movements of the chess pieces by hand? Statement is intriguing.
So then, how does your handmade dog piece move?
Okay, that question can wait. So then, what did you do when the letters stopped coming?
Within the prison, I grew increasingly concerned about the acolyte's whereabouts.
Oh no, I have spam in the chat. Guys.
And it looks cursed. Maybe that's just my monitor. Why is there cursed spam in the chat?
You don't want to become famous and go to bigfollow.com.
This is the devil. Don't make him do.
Okay. But even so, I don't really get it. Who exactly is this acolyte?
Indeed, Dogan himself has not made that clear. What's important is the thread connecting Dogan and this acolyte. Their correspondence. Not just the letters. We should pay attention to the means that were used as well.
Yeah, because our chess correspondence has words in it. I don't think it has
Right,
Braille.
it wasn't written in Braille, which means
That's
we
right.
can
Probably that Braille statement is the one.
Probably, yeah. I'm just gonna, double check since here and probably present this one
Yeah,
here.
sent from Dogan to Knightley.
Yeah, but that's obviously not true.
lie.
That's not Braille.
Who typed?
'Cause I can't read Braille.
I
Don't,
sure can.
not this statement though.
We got him. We're gonna nail him.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna feel so embarrassed.
sworn you said you wrote your letters in Braille.
Correct. The good prosecutor must know that I am lacking in sight, do you not?
The correspondence chest letter we found had been typed out using a word processor.
What? That cannot be.
Mean. Aside from the fact that you don't have a computer.
Yeah.
So someone went out of their way to retype the letters on a computer?
Person have acted as a middleman between Dogan and Knightley.
What do you mean?
Dogan wrote his letters in Braille. However, by the time it reached Knightley, it had been rewritten on a word processor. We must assume that some middleman rewrote those letters.
And the reverse could also be said. That same somebody might have taken the letters Knightley wrote and re-delivered them to Dogan.
Yes, that is indeed true.
I can't believe that Knightley has to be cursed to have this neck brace for the entirety of the flashbacks of him. I know the sprites have to have it, but like the indignity of it all.
We and Dogan both communicated through a certain individual. Dogan, were the letters that reached you?
They were in Braille, of course.
So Knightley Boy's letters must have been transposed by that same person as well.
Oh, then that somebody must be...
The mastermind behind the case.
You're saying that there's someone else who's the mastermind behind this case?
Well, it's not Knightley, is it?
Then who the hell is it?
Dover's son, Knightley, is already deceased. In that case, there is one more youth that we should consider to be the mastermind.
You mean Jane Gustavia's son? But who the heck is he?
If Knightley is Dover's son, then Gustavia's son must be.
Well, we're the only friends that either of us have had since childhood.
You can't do this.
He was the same as me. The same as we. We never had real families.
You cannot make the murderer in this case Ulu voice.
It can't be, could it? Could it really be him?
I don't know who him is. Mr. Edgeworth, what is it? You've got all pale.
Figured it out. The identity of the mastermind who's been controlling this case from the shadows.
What? Who in the world is it?
I don't want to believe it myself,
Oh my god, it's Simon.
but it is someone we know quite well.
I am all the murderers.
Wait.
Back up, baby. Back up.
Sorry, I skipped him over.
There he is.
No! So my voice wasn't that wrong. Wowie wow. Wow, I could hear an echo of my scream as Aaron's watching the stream in the other room. You know what? Oh, I can't. Let's just save and call it a night right here.
But we gotta do it. We gotta finish it.
I gotta finish it. You're right.
Clearly, anyone who has to take Regina Berry's shit for any amount of time is driven to murder. This is proof.
Mastermind behind this
Thank
case.
you, June. No more monkeying around. Actually, no, thank you, June.
Sent a letter to Jill Crane, which deceived Blaze. Furthermore, he kidnapped John and eavesdropped on us. However, of all his actions, the one I have not been able to get out of my mind. Is how he brought an unconscious Kay to the roof.
The boy wrestles tigers, like, for a living.
The giant monster.
Huh? Did you just say something?
That's right. The key to exposing the mastermind is in the monster's true form.
I almost forgot. If you'd like, please come to our next show.
Max.
I'll also be performing in it.
Who cares? Max is there.
The Big Berry Circus is always fabulous and fun for all ages.
Is it, Regina?
No.
Swift, there is something I would like to ask of you.
What? You mean me?
You said that you recorded the sound of Muzilla spewing flames. This decisive evidence of yours be something you recorded on that tape recorder?
That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. You're good at figuring things out, aren't you? It's the sound of Mozilla spewing out fire. This place nearly became a sea of flame. That's right. I ain't actually seen it with my own eyes, though.
Do let us listen to the tape.
Sure thing. There we go.
Sound. It's as I thought. So, it seems that my reasoning was correct. The true nature of the monster and the mastermind. All of my logic is coming together. Miss Hart, you said that you captured a giant eye on film, did you not?
Sure did, right here in this photo.
But we cannot confirm it like this. Detective Gumshoe,
Yes, sir.
what is your film analysis device?
Mr. Analysis. Okay, but what do you want me to analyze, sir?
Photo, please.
I'm on it.
Is there a new clue in this photo? Zoom in and enhance.
The window?
That seems clue-like.
Yeah, it does.
Whoa. Oh no. Oh no. My Discord crashed. Did my everything crash?
Hopefully Stephanie gets back
Whoa.
into Discord, I guess.
Sorry everybody. I don't know if my internet just crashed or what.
Yeah, we lost you. Are we back?
I think so. We'll give it a second to catch up.
June says the reveal's so powerful it crashed everyone. It's true. They couldn't handle this clue.
Discord made a terrible noise.
Oh,
And
I
then
believe it.
You were gone.
I can see the stream, but I can't hear it anymore, which is fine. Can the stream hear the game?
I lost Kevin.
Oh, we've lost Kevin. Oh no, everything's falling apart.
Oh no, the stream is. I was trying to find a good stopping point, but there was so much momentum I couldn't find a stopping
Yeah,
point.
we've gone 15 minutes over, and the emulator's like, no.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Well, I guess I'm gonna save now. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, definitely save, and we can just call it here. I mean, ideally, we could go like another minute or two, because I think that the momentum will come to a head, but
That's what I was waiting for, just to give it like that, like to not pause in a weird spot. But
yeah, Map Up says no music, and when I turn the volume on the stream, no music. So
is there any sound? Like you can hear us talking though?
I can hear us talking.
Okay. Hell, I guess we're gonna call it a night because we have also lost Kevin.
I've frozen again on the stream, so we've lost me again too.
Oh boy. There we go. That's an easy fix. Yeah, no, there's no game music on the title screen. Okay, well, I guess that's it for tonight. We've had
It's a wrap when everything explodes. Huh?
wow, the real great reveal. Well done, Prosecutor's Path.
I'm still a little disappointed it's not Delicia Scones, but only a little.
Only a little. I mean, Delicia didn't come back soon enough, but man, what a great murderer she could have been.
Yeah.
All right, well, until next time, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Michelle.
And that was Kevin.
Kevin was Kevin.
And I was object to this, so why don't you object to that?
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, see you next week.